Imagine this. Billions of dollars, a room filled with polished men in suits, a powerful billionaire sheik ready to sign the deal of his life, and the only person who notices the truth is a young girl, the daughter of a maid, standing quietly in the corner. Just one sentence from her mouth stops a $2 billion scam in its tracks. Stick around, because what happens next will blow your mind. And if you love powerful, real-life inspired stories, don't forget to subscribe to the Hidden Chapters, where untold stories come alive. In the heart of Dubai, high above the glittering skyline, Sheikh Karim, a billionaire celebrated for his vast real estate empire, sat in his luxurious skyscraper office. The boardroom was a masterpiece of wealth and power. Golden accents gleamed on the walls, chandeliers sparkled like stars, and the polished mahogany table stretched grandly across the room. Crystal glasses of water caught the light, and neat stacks of documents waited patiently for signatures that could alter the course of an empire. This was no ordinary meeting. It was a $2 billion investment deal, the kind that could reshape markets and expand Karim's influence far beyond the Middle East. Across from him sat a group of men who exuded confidence. Their suits were perfectly tailored, their watches discreetly expensive, their smiles smooth and practiced. They introduced themselves as international partners, eager to open doors to untapped opportunities. Every word, every gesture radiated charm and professionalism. Yet beneath the polished exterior hid a dangerous truth. These weren't partners at all. They were master con artists, poised to strip the sheik of his fortune. And there, quietly tucked away in the corner, stood Amina, the maid's young daughter, invisible to everyone but about to become the most important voice in the room. As the meeting stretched on, the tension in the boardroom grew heavier. Contracts were spread neatly across the table, each page filled with dense technical language and official seals that seemed flawless to the untrained eye. The businessmen leaned forward, pointing at clauses, nodding with assurance, urging Sheikh Karim to sign. The sheikh, calm but decisive, picked up his pen, ready to seal what looked like the deal of a lifetime. But in the corner, Amina's sharp young eyes caught something unusual. Unlike the glittering watches or the gleaming paperwork that dazzled others, her attention locked on a tiny detail. One of the men leaned toward his partner and whispered in Arabic. His voice was low, but she caught the words. His accent was clumsy, his phrasing wrong, unnatural. Then she heard it clearly. Past the fake. Her heart stopped. Fear rushed through her, but courage quickly followed. As the sheik lowered his pen, Amina suddenly stood tall. With her voice ringing across the golden room, she declared in Arabic, Hatham Musawar, this is a fake. The room froze. Every head turned, stunned that a maid's daughter had spoken at all. The con men forced nervous chuckles, waving their hands dismissively, as if Amina's words were nothing more than a child's wild imagination. But Sheikh Karim was no fool. His sharp eyes narrowed, and in that instant, the room's energy shifted. He had built an empire not by ignoring instincts, but by trusting them. Slowly, he turned toward the girl. Explain, he commanded, his voice steady, demanding respect. Amina swallowed hard, but her courage held firm. In flawless Arabic, she repeated what she had heard, every mismatched phrase, every crooked syllable. She walked closer to the documents and pointed with certainty. The ink is fresher than the seal. Someone stamped an old seal on new paper, she explained. Her observations were so precise that even the sheik's advisors leaned in, stunned. Within minutes, the legal expert confirmed her words. The contracts were indeed forged. Security swept in, dragging the fraudsters away as they shouted in vain. Turning back, the sheik softened. You may be a maid's daughter, he said warmly, but today, you've saved an empire. From that unforgettable day onward, Amina was no longer seen as just the daughter of a maid in Sheikh Karim's palace. Her bravery had rewritten her destiny. The sheikh made sure she was celebrated, ensuring she received the finest education that wealth and power could provide. Her mother, too, was rewarded, promoted to head of staff and treated with newfound respect for raising a daughter of such courage and wisdom. The story of that moment spread far beyond the sheikh's golden boardroom. At every grand gathering, whether with businessmen, politicians, or royalty, Sheikh Karim would retell it proudly. It was not my billions, not my advisors, nor my years of experience that protected me. It was the honesty, intelligence, and courage of a child. Amina carried that legacy into adulthood. She became a lawyer, dedicating her life to protecting people from frauds and scams like the one she had unmasked years before. Her life stood as proof that wisdom doesn't always wear expensive suits. Sometimes, it comes from the quietest, most unexpected voice in the room. And that's the story of how a maid's daughter saved a billionaire from losing everything with just one brave sentence. What do you think? Was it fate, or was it destiny? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Hidden Chapters, where every story reveals a truth the world needs to hear.